Today, we're diving into a really cool ancient Buddhist tale. It's called The Pilgrim and the Celestial Maiden, and trust me, it's got this incredible lesson about what wisdom really is. So, just think about this for a second. What if you could remember not just your own life, but everything that's ever happened, for billions and billions of years? What would that kind of memory even teach you? That's the wild idea at the heart of our story today. So, we're following this young seeker. His name is Sudhana. He's a pilgrim, and he is on a serious quest for supreme enlightenment. He's traveling all over, meeting different teachers, because he's got this one single burning question that's driving him, and it's about to lead him to a pretty life-changing meeting. Okay, so in this first part of the story, Sudhana's long journey leads him to a guide who is, well, she's unlike anyone else he's ever met. He finally arrives at this incredible celestial palace, and it's here that he meets the person he's been looking for, a celestial maiden, a divine being who's known for her extraordinary wisdom. He goes up to her, super respectful, ready with that one urgent question. And here it is. This is the core of his whole quest. He asks, "I have set my heart on supreme enlightenment, but I do not know. How does one learn the way?" It's such a timeless question, right? It applies to anything you want to get good at. How do you go from just wanting something to actually, doing the work? But the maiden's answer, it's not some simple step-by-step guide. Nope. Instead, she reveals the source of her wisdom, something she calls her cosmic memory. She tells Sudhana that she's achieved this really special kind of liberation. It has this very formal, very long name. The liberation of unobstructed recollection, pure and adorned. Okay, that's a mouthful. So what on earth does that actually mean? Well, it's basically the power of perfect, total recall. She can remember everything, not just from her own past, but across countless lifetimes through these massive, almost unimaginable stretches of cosmic time. Her memory is just completely clear, unobstructed. And to show Sudhana what this really means, she gives him a little glimpse into the sheer scale of her experience. And honestly, this is where things just get mind-bending. So she starts listing off these different aeons, or kalpas, and the number of Buddhas she personally served in each one. Now, these numbers aren't meant to be literal. They're poetic ways of saying infinity. Sands of the Ganges, or dust motes in a world, that was their way of describing a number so huge, it's basically uncountable. So what she's saying is she has personally known and served a countless number of enlightened beings across all of cosmic history. And get this is what shows the depth of her memory. It's not just some long list of names. For every single one of these countless Buddhas, she remembers everything. Their conception, their birth, their very first steps, that moment of enlightenment, their first sermon, their entire life's work, right up to the very end. Every single detail, perfectly saved. So, with all of this unbelievable knowledge, you'd think she would have the perfect, definitive answer for Sudhana, right? But this is where the story takes this really fascinating, unexpected turn. After describing a memory that literally spans all of creation, she says this: "I only know this one pure liberation. How could I possibly know or speak of the practices of truly great beings?" She's basically telling him that her vast cosmic knowledge is, when you get right down to it, just one thing. The paradox here is just stunning. On the one hand, you've got her power, perfect cosmic recall. On the other hand, you have her claim, profound ignorance. She has a whole universe of data in her head, but she humbly says she's not even qualified to speak about the paths of others. So, what is she actually trying to teach him here? And here's the lesson. It's that real wisdom isn't just about collecting facts, even if you could collect an infinite number of them. True wisdom involves this deep humility, this recognition of your own limits. It's understanding that your own vast experience is still just one perspective among countless others. So how does our young pilgrim Sudhana react to this pretty profound lesson in intellectual humility? He doesn't feel let down or disappointed. No, the story says he rejoices. He gets it. He understands the lesson. And the maiden, now that she's taught him about the limits of her own knowledge, does what all great teachers do. She points him toward his next lesson. She shows him that the quest is a continuous journey, not some final destination you arrive at. She gives him his next set of directions. Go to the city of Kapila and find a teacher named All-Around Friend. Her wisdom was one step, one crucial perspective, and now it's time for him to go and learn from another. The path is passed from one guide to the next. And that really leaves us with this final thought to chew on. Maybe the Celestial Maiden, with her infinite memory, was teaching the single most important lesson of all, that true wisdom isn't found in the vast ocean of what you already know, but in humbly recognizing the infinite ocean that you don't.